This is news at 8 live from Wisdom Yard Television. I am Odunayo Adelere. Here are the news headlines. Banky W survives fourth cancer surgery. Drama as Binance executive slumps in court. Now the news in details. Nigeria singer Olubankole Wellington, popularly known as Banky W, has undergone a fourth cancer surgery. The Made for You corner in his heartfelt post on his Instagram page on Thursday expressed gratitude to God for his recovery. Banky W thanked his wife, family, friends, and pastor for their unwavering support and prayers, as well as his medical team, Dr. Onyewu and Dr. Adenuga, for their expertise and care. Sharing a video, he wrote, "Christ for cancer tumor zero. Sometimes your faith in God will not prevent the storms from coming, but it will carry you through them. Faith won't always stop you from hurting, but it will help you heal and it will help you deal. God never said the weapons wouldn't form. He promised that they wouldn't prosper. He never said the enemy wouldn't come. He promised that when the enemy comes like a mighty flood, the Spirit of God will raise a standard against them." Posting this testimony to encourage anyone out there who is going through a challenge. It might seem bigger than you, but greater is He that is in you than anything you face in this world. Grateful for my wife, family, friends, and pastor for their love, prayers, and support. Thanking God for my health and trusting that this latest victory is final. Appreciating the gifted hands and minds of my doctors, Dr. Onyewu of the Center for Advanced Specialty Surgery and Dr. Adenuga of Aerocare and the teams that support them. We have the victory yet again, now and forever. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to His purpose. Thursday scheduled proceeding on the trial of the detained Binance executive Tigran Gambaryan at the Federal High Court Abuja quickly took a dramatical turn following the defendant's collapse. Shortly after the matter was called upon by the court registrar for continuation of trial, the defendant did not step forward to the dock. He remained seated at the back as usual. Curious, the trial judge, Justice Nwete, asked where the second defendant was. One of the lawyers in the defense team who sat beside Gambaryan assisted him by the side while holding his hand towards the dock. As they walked slowly to the door, Gambaryan slumped and the lawyer assisted him to sit in the front row seat. His lawyer, Mark Mordisan, told the court that Gambaryan has been indisposed and a written application letter has been filed to notify the court of this. "My lord, the case may not certainly proceed today," he said. All through the proceedings, Gambaryan rested on the arm of the chair where he sat. The Punch reports that Gambaryan was absent for his arraignment and the tax evasion charge filed by the Federal Inland Revenue Service against him, his colleague Nadim Anjarwalla, currently on the run, and their crypto exchange firm Binance Holding Limited. His absence stalled the arraignment. Meanwhile, at the last sitting, Justice Nwete has dismissed Gambaryan's bail application on the ground that the EFCC had been able to establish that he posed a flight risk in the same manner as Anjarwalla. Gambaryan, Anjarwalla, and Binance Holding Limited are facing money laundering and terrorism financing charges brought against them by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC). He is currently being remained at Kuje Correctional Center. Before the news comes to an end, here are the headlines once again. Banky W survived fourth cancer surgery. Drama as Binance executive slumps in court. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching WYTV. It's another edition of News Review. I am Odunayo Adelere, and with me in the studio this morning I am
Chimi Orilua. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are watching WYTV.
I see you give us new day, I mention new day every day.
Once have I spoken, twice
have I heard? Yes. Okay. Thank you for joining me in the studio this morning. We appreciate all our viewers out there. We're always staying tuned to WYTV. We say very thank you to you because Truth be told, it is not easy in this economy.
Yeah, exactly.
And we appreciate our sponsors, Nokpa Herbals and King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. They are always staying through, always coming through for us. We say a very big thank you to you. I want to appreciate our CEO in person of Prince Dr. Noah Adeleke Oshin, popularly known as Ajala Kusangba, or Transformer for Boys and Girls whose lives are in darkness. We say a very big thank you to you. Now, Audit on the show, we bring to news that made it to top. Go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we continue from where we stop. We discuss the things that we feel we should discuss, but we will not be the only one talking. You can also drop your own comments in the comment section. Let's discuss it together. On Punch Newspaper this morning, I have Labour slashes proposed new minimum wage to 500,000 naira. Abba Kyari gets bail after 27 months in detention. Bidding cancels additional 7.7 billion naira in student loan. Federal government has full confidence in Air Peace. Keyamo reacts to UK safety violation allegation. On Vanguard newspaper, we have drug trafficking trial. Court grants Abba Kyari 2 weeks bail to bury mom. Nigerian traveler stranded at Muritala Mohammed International Airport seeks federal government's intervention. Netherlands to strengthen relations with Nigeria ambassador. On Daily Post newspaper, we have Lukman fires Atlanta to first ever Europa League glory. Court grants Muslim students right to wear hijab in UI school. Edo Gubar, I can't reconcile with those that offended me. Obaseki. These are the news that made it to the top today. Let's go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stop. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
To the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Abba Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
You're welcome back from Bashard Commercial Break. That is our sponsor, Nokpa. About the deal with Nokpa, Abba Mixture, Abba Cool, Abba Tonic, Abba Bitters, Abba Energy Flusher, Abba Powder. Whichever you need, you can just send a DM or call the number 07010108549. So the first one I have here, sir, it says, just in, Labour slashes proposed new minimum wage to 500,000 naira.
I knew it's going to happen because, you know, we have been talking about this Labour Congress president, that's
Joe
Ajaero. Joe Ajaero has been playing politics with the life of
his members.
Of his members, yes, he has been playing politics. It was like he's eating from the national cake. Probably he might be in politics and he doesn't want to show, but with the look of things, yes, everybody, it is not clear to the whole Nigerians that Joe Ajaero is playing politics with his member. Then too, well, let's give kudos to them because federal government has shifted ground. They also need to shift because they can't just stand on that 615,000 naira and you believe.
Would you agree with me? They are still going to bounce back on the amounts the federal government
depends on the workers. If the workers are ready to,
according to this set of people, they are still going to. Like I said, there's a saying that says you don't compare a child with another child. If you do that, you are going to kill one for the other.
Yes.
If we were to compare this present NLC with the NLC of Oshiomhole, you know they are big different.
The difference is clear. What really pains me was that if Oshiomhole was the former president of Labour and is now eating from the national cake, I believe he should be able to.
He's trying to tell you that since I am no longer in the body, I don't need to interfere in what concerns. I am going to face what I am here to do. I am a senator representing my state. I am not representing the NLC anymore. They should be able to say what they want for themselves.
That's one thing about our leaders in Nigeria. Once they join politics, they are saying they are forgiven. That's one. Then two, once they join politics, they've forgotten about the the suffering of their people.
I think you are getting it wrong for us. Not when they join, but when they join APC, their sins are forgiven.
When they join APC,
Not
that's what I said.
okay,
Oh, sorry, that's what I said. When they join, okay, sorry, I misquote. It was Oshomole that said it.
That's what I said.
Join APC, your sin are forgiven. So Oshomole has joined them. His sin has been forgiven. Then he has nothing to say about his.
Organized labor on Wednesday reduced its demand for an improved new minimum wage from an initial 615,000 naira to 500,000 naira after an agreement could not be reached at the tripartite committee meeting on Tuesday. I thought they came out on Monday and stood their ground that they were not shifting from 615,000 naira.
Now they are coming back to it. You see, they are playing the people's life with politics. But when the time comes, I believe Nigeria will rise and fight for themselves.
We will rise again. The Deputy President of Nigeria Labour Congress Political Commission, Professor Theophilus Ndukuba, disclosed this in an exclusive phone chat with The Punch. Ndukuba told The Punch that the Labour team was compelled to reduce its demand to ensure the federal government meets up with the agreement. Unfortunately, he expressed concern that despite their shifting grounds, the federal government is still stalling the negotiation process. He said, yes, it's true, we have reduced it to 500,000 naira, but we are still not making progress at the moment. Undu Buakus had told our correspondent on Tuesday that Labour found it appalling that the government is not showing any sign of empathy, despite knowing that the masses were struggling to adjust to hardship and inflation brought about by its policies. When asked about the next course of action if Wednesday meeting ends in another deadlock, the unionist stated that they may return to tell the anxious Nigerian workers to stay back home until the federal government comes up with an acceptable offer.
You know what pained me most? Was that none of the governors attended that meeting.
Yeah, what do they want to do there?
The governors should attend the meeting, I believe.
What governors are telling you now, it is NLC that is coming out. They are talking to the federal government.
Okay.
Now, let's look.
Are they not the one that is going to pay the money?
Let's look at this Edo State, for example. Yeah. That is Godwin Obaseki. He increased their workers' salary, and they were happy with it. So let's assume governors are coming out. I don't expect Obaseki to come out. And
no, what I was saying
even
was,
his workers
the governors should also be there at least to speak
they are telling you that it is not their fault.
If truly they can pay those money,
it is not their fault.
They will be able to come out and tell them this money we can pay. I think this is what we can offer you. This is what we can offer
what
you.
The governors want now is it is whatever the federal government says that we will go by. The federal government is saying they cannot give more than 54,000 naira.
The news that came out I think yesterday or day before yesterday, that even the 30,000 minimum wage, some governors are not paying.
That is on the part of the government. But come to NLC. The NLC are talking straight to the federal government. That is the Tinubu-led administration. So government, the state government have their own right to do whatever they want to do, and that is what Obaseki has actually done in the state. By increasing, I think a worker is collecting 75,000 in a state. So now, what I want the NLC to actually talk about now is don't even bring the aspect of the private sector into this. They should bring into consideration the states that actually increase their workers' salary, the likes of the Edo State and all that. Let the president know that this state increase their salary. Each state is paying 75,000 naira.
But
how much more federal?
The president knew that Edo State is paying 75,000.
So
can he deny the fact that he didn't know?
He can't because the man publicly said it.
Then it
was said publicly.
The federal government has nothing to offer. The present administration has nothing to offer their citizens. They just cajole citizens.
500,000 naira that you are still dreaming about. I know. Well, they said May 31st. Today is what? Well, we will see what you are going to say tomorrow again. Probably you are still going to reduce because there is no how you do. They will still bend to what the federal government is saying. Because the person that is actually leading the body is not. I don't think he is actually strong enough to say yes.
Okay, you are talking about Ajero.
Yeah.
But the president himself is a very strong man that no matter
before
what,
you can shift him.
He said it that if you like, you can strike from 1 year to 2 years. That is not. Is less
Tinubu can only shift if he wants to be shifted by himself. You can't shift him. That is. I think that is the kind of person he is. And once he says go, says go. Since May 29, 2023, that he has removed the subsidy. Did he try to even return it at all? No. The borders are closed. Did he even make attempt to open the border? No. Now come to NLC.
But the border was open.
That's
Niger border was
that's
open.
Niger.
You said what?
Niger is not in Nigeria.
Niger is not in Nigeria, but the border that links Niger to Nigeria was open.
They already
for
told
those
you.
people that are closer to that border, so
Sir,
they will be able
I think by
to
now-
go about their daily activities,
I think
because
by
they
now
knew
you-
those set of people, when they get angry, nobody can stop them.
I think by now you should know Nigeria is divided already.
Okay.
We have the southwest, we have the north.
Nigeria,
So,
my country.
This one says Abba Kyari gets bail after 27 months in detention.
Well, I'll go back here. After 27 months, he was given a bail condition based
2
on
weeks to go and bury his
because
mom.
he wanted to go and bury his
When
mother.
Sunday Igboho's mom died,
Died.
then
Sunday Igboho was not in detection.
he was not in Nigeria.
He was not in
He was
Nigeria.
not allowed to enter Nigeria.
No, it was not. It wasn't because it wasn't that he was not allowed to enter Nigeria. He was the one that left Nigeria based on the case he has with federal government on the issue of agitation.
Okay.
So Sunday Igboho came to Nigeria, a clear conscience first negotiation, because his conscience is clear. That's why he came in. If he was being wanted by the federal government, he was being wanted by the past administrative.
Yeah.
Presently, it was
Tinubu.
That was there. Tinubu has no case with him.
Okay. A federal high court in Abuja has granted the former commander of the Forest Intelligence Response Team, DCP Abba Kyari, 2 weeks bail after 27 months in detention. Kyari is expected to conclude his mother's burial, Yashial Kyari's burial rites. The court subsequently set Friday, May 31st for the determination of his bail application in the trial over drug-related charges filed by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency following his arrest over 2 years ago on February 14, 2022. Sir, the House of Senate passed this bill that whoever carries drugs should be killed. So if the bill is successfully passed, will Abba Kyari be sentenced to death?
It was not that Abba Kyari was the keeping. It was not the one that carries the drug.
Drug related.
It was just drug related,
Okay.
and it has not been confirmed.
And
The
what-
case is still in
Since
court.
February 14.
So not until when they confirm the case, then the judgment can now apply to him.
Recall that the mother died in the early hours of Sunday, May 5th, 2024, and was survived by 10 children, 5 males, 5 females, including Abba, who is the eldest son. While Abba Kyari was not able to attend his mother's burial, residents of Borno State turned out in large numbers to pay their respect to Yachila, who was buried according to Islamic rites the same day. In 2022, the Police Service Commission suspended Kyari and 2 senior police officers, Sunday Uboya and James Bauer, named in a cocaine deal involving the suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police. The Police Service Commission has suspended Assistant Commissioner of Police ACP Sunday Uboya and Assistant Superintendent of Police ASP James Bauer from the exercise of the powers and functions of their respective offices with effect from Monday, 14 February 2022, the PSC said in a statement. The NDLEA has also declared Kyari wanted over alleged link with an international drug cartel. Femi Babalola, the spokesperson for NDLEA, alleged that Kyari and his intelligence response team arrested some drug traffickers who arrived in the country from Ethiopia with 25 kg of cocaine and took 15 kg of the seized substance for themselves.
You know, most of the Nigerian police, most of the security personnel we're one of those that are baiting criminals.
Yeah, they are bets.
They covered criminals
A
in their
lot.
hideout because of the money they're going to get from those criminals. So now let's stick to when you now have an information related to a drug trafficking, you now went to the police station, not knowing that the DPO of the division that you are going there to make the report to was one of those that have been covering those
criminals.
drug cartel.
Yeah.
You now went there to report to. Before you get to know, your life will be at stake. You'll be the next target of those criminals.
That's why it is so difficult to actually give out information
Have
in
the
Nigeria.
information to the Nigerian police, because some of them are into this dirty business. Don't you find the policemen that were being arrested? Okay, a couple that came out that he was being abducted
600,000 naira.
by police, by I think
Four
four of the
police
police officer at the checking point, and he was the only one that was brought down from the vehicle. I didn't believe this set of people were kidnappers. They would have taken everybody inside that bus, inside the bush. It was this only couple that was taken inside the bush, and they collected 600,000 naira from. And they were putting on police uniform. If the police will come out now after the investigation, they may say those set of people are not policemen.
Yeah.
Because they want to cover them up. Because if those policemen did not have a backing up of their of their leader, they wouldn't have ventured into such this thing. They would have been apprehended since all these days.
Thank you so much, sir. Let's go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stop. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
In the heart of Nigeria's bustling markets, where the sights, sounds, and smells overwhelm the senses. But in the midst of chaos, there shines a beacon of hope. King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, where convenience meets tranquility and shopping becomes a pleasure. Join countless others who have discovered the joy of shopping at King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. At King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, we understand the importance of providing our customers with the highest quality products at affordable prices.
Here at King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, customer satisfaction is our top priority. We're always here to help you find exactly what you need.
Whether you're stocking up for the week ahead or grabbing a last-minute item for tonight's dinner, King Victor Nigeria Enterprises has everything you need to keep your home running smoothly.
You're welcome back from that short commercial break. Like we were saying earlier before we went on that break, we said Elder was saying if those people did not have the backing of their superiors, that they wouldn't have had the ego to go ahead to do whatever. But what they actually did for that core member is actually a bad thing.
In fact, it's uncalled for. You remember some set of policemen, 3 of them that were caught in Ijebu Ogun State.
Yeah.
3 of them is because they don't have the backing up of their superior. Yeah. That's why they were caught. If they have the backing up of their you see, when you go out there, we see a lot being a press man. When you go out there, you see some of this dirty business that they were doing. I could remember a division that the new DPO was transferred into that place. He will now call his boys that he had an information that there's a place in that town that some boys were smoking in their hair. When they called his boys for a raiding, before they got there,
these people would have left.
These people would have left. Almost 3 attempts like that. The man now keep mute, calling from the state headquarters to give him some boys for the operation. He didn't tell those people that
he requested for.
He requested for. So once those people arrived, they didn't come directly to the station. They had to tell them to wait for him at the express road. When they got to them, they went straight to that place. Some boys were arrested that day. Then he now knew that there's a mole. There's some loophole. Insiders that are giving those boys information. And you are now telling me that this country is going to move forward. Why we have some police officers that are doing covering up for criminals.
The one thing in Nigeria is the more we see people that are ready to do good, the more we have lots of bad people.
Bad ones
who are not even ready to make things go ahead,
activities.
which is not supposed to be. We know we want Nigeria to work for better, but those that are in the parastatals, what are they doing? What is your work? A core member going to serve his father's land. Don't let me say you even arrested. You abducted him into the bush and took 600,000 naira away from him.
They even allowed the guy to go to the ATM to go and withdraw.
I am happy for that boy because thank God for his life that his life was not wasted because they can do and undo as at that present moment. Edo Gubar, I can't reconcile with those that offended me, Obaseki.
Obaseki really need to know the fact that no permanent friend in politics and no permanent enemy in politics. You see, African politics, don't let me say Nigeria, African politics is full of hatred.
Yeah.
There was a video that went viral, I've forgotten the country, where a president and the vice president were boxing each other at a national TV while the press were around. They were bossing each other, fighting against each other as if they were primary school students. Yes, but in the European country, in the US, when you look at their politics, when they campaign, they believe somebody must be a winner, the other person must be a loser. Once the person who lost the election, the person who lost the election will be the first person to congratulate the person that actually won the election. But here in Nigeria, there will be nothing like that. Well, let me say, in Africa, the politics of Africa is full of hatred. So that's why I tell some of my friends that venture into politics, I say you have to be very careful when you are going into politics. It's better you go and look for another job instead of venturing into politics, because there's an idea that says anybody that wanted to eat with the devil must have a long spoon.
And he who wants to eat the honeycomb in the rock
will never think of,
will not look at the mouth of the axe. Yeah, I think that congratulating thing actually happened during the tenure of Goodluck Jonathan. Then when they were still counting and he saw that yes, the margin is clear, and he congratulated. For you to know that man actually has the clear
he's a very free
conscience.
man. That is why you see him. He can go around the world.
He can walk about without even having any bodyguards or anything. As the September 21st governorship election approaches, Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki said it will be hard for him to reconcile with those who have offended him in the course of governance. Daily Post report that Obaseki made the remark when he visited the Edo State Muslim Pilgrim Welfare Board to bid farewell to intending pilgrims for the 2024 Hajj and the launching of a Feed the Vulnerable program organized by the state government for Muslims in Benin City. Excuse me. The remark was sequel to an appeal made by the state chairman of Muslims Pilgrim Welfare Board, Sheikh Ibrahim Oyare Kwa, who urged the governor to reconcile with those who have offended him as well as those he offended in the course of his duties as a governor with a view of winning the election. Responding, Obaseki, who said, good can't reconcile with evil, opining that there was no way one can convince evil to be good. According to him, we can't continue to convince those evil who would enjoy seeing our people miserable, who wants to keep so much for themselves and leave the rest of our people poor. Obaseki, however, said that for the good things to continue, the people have to ensure that his chosen successor, Igadaru of the People's Democratic Party, who will continue where he stopped, wins the September 21st governorship election. Do you think with what he said, this man is going to win?
Well, you know, everybody, any governor that is on seat, we always want to put somebody.
But I don't think
it should. I
don't think he should come out to say that, even if he knows that he's not going to forgive those that offended him. I don't think he should come out to say
let me tell you this: it's better you speak your mind and let everybody knows where you are going than to pretend to become what you are not. You are fighting against somebody now, you pretend as if nothing went wrong.
What I'm saying is, those people of Edo State can actually use that against
if Edo State people has actually seen Obaseki's work in his own tenure, that he is a man that loves his state and loves his people.
He actually
According to the news, now Obaseki was the first governor to have increased the salary of his people. If his work is okay for them, it is his work that will speak for the next person that is coming.
But also people will not be like, yes, some wiki and some life over.
That's why I said
everybody wants a loyalist.
Wants a loyalist, so they can control the affairs of their loyalists. This is what you should do, this is what not to do, this is what I will get from the revenue that is coming to the state. You know?
I thought when this man was removed as the deputy governor, Shaibu, I thought he was going to come back because he said he's coming back with full force, going to court.
No, yes, he said he's coming back. He's actually coming back because he's...
no, like he's going to take his position back as the deputy governor.
No, that is not what he meant. What he meant was that he's going to contest for the governorship election.
That the whole house supported that they should impeach.
That was the house because they were in PDP. That was the house.
It is well. All right, we've come to the end of News Review today. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms like iClamo, on our Facebook, on our Instagram, on our YouTube, on our X account, on our TikTok at Wisdom Yard Online TV. Thank you, Ambassador Rotimi, for joining. Thanks to all our viewers out there, and thanks to our sponsor, Nokwa Abels and King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. I remain my humble self, Odunayo Adelere. Be good and be fine. Bye for now.
kábíyèsí rẹ̀ ọlọ́run ọba tó pa wá mọ́ láti àná tuntun wò nínú ìfẹ́ àánú rẹ̀ tó tún dá wa sí lọ́jọ́ tòní adúpẹ́ o àmọ́ lóore púpọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ ọwọ́ aláwùrábí nítorí pé níṣe ni adágbére níwòye àná pé a tún fèrè pàdé lónìí ọlọ́run ọba àmì ìjẹ́ ó ṣe é ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún wa adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run àmọ́ lóore púpọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa káàkiri àgbáńlá ayé àkíyí kú déédéé wòye á sì kí yín káàbọ̀ sórí àkọ́tún ètò wa àtúpalẹ̀ àwọn òwe ìròyìn ìkànnì amóhùnmáwòrán Wisdom Yard náà láwàyé tàbí gbé ń dábẹ́ ẹ̀dùn rọ̀bì òwe ṣàlàáfíà làbá yín Ọpẹ́yẹmí Oyèwọlá lórúkọ tèmi àti ẹnìkejì mi tájọ mú kìíní ọ̀hún wá sí etí ìgbọ́ yín.
Ọdún Ayádélérè lórúkọ ti tèmi.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa tún ti ròde bíi tipa ọkọ̀ alárùdálẹ̀ ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọ̀ ìbá wọn hèèrà kájọ́ àṣọ̀gbọ́n àìrí tí ò mọ́ ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́
Ọlọ́run. Tábà ti jọ̀pọ̀ lóyè tó lẹ́yìn la máa ń jẹ.
Àbí nígbóná gbòòrò àbí kí wọ́n bá aṣú ni tó adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Lọ́jọ́ tòní a tún ti ròde ọpẹ́ pàtàkì lọ́wọ́ gíwá àgbà ìkànnì yìí.
Ọmọọba dókítà Noah Adélékè Ọ̀ṣìn.
Tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn mọ̀ sí
Àjàlá Kùsàǹgbà.
Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ púpọ̀ bákan náà ẹ̀wẹ̀ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ tó ń ṣìnàpá àti King Victor Nigeria Enterprises adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn iléeṣẹ́ méjèèjì gbogbo àná fún wà pẹ̀lú wa lórí ètò ẹ̀yin náà tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe alágbàtẹ̀rù ètò yìí abẹ́fẹ́ ṣe alágbàtà nọ̀pá àbí nǹkan náà àwọn nǹkan tá à ń ṣe
abẹ́fẹ́ káyé mọ gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ń tà
tàbí fẹ́ ṣe ìpolówó ọjà ní ayẹyẹ ní lóríṣiríṣi bóyá òkú àgbà àbí tóbi dórí ìgbéyàwó ọjọ́ bí gbogbo ẹ̀ náà lẹ ní àǹfààní láti ṣe ní ìkànnì yìí ẹ ṣáfi àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ yín kẹ́ sọ̀wọ́ tàbí kẹ́ pe nọ́mbà tó wà lójú amóhùnmáwòrán yín tó àádá yín lóhùn lọ́gán ni lágbára Ọlọ́run tó ọdún ayọ̀ let's go there.
tó wọ́n ní èyí tí mo fi ṣíde wọ́n ní nínú agbo àwọn orin ní tíátà mo wá fẹ́ wò kán tó fẹ́ wá máa ṣe fún wa báyìí nísìn nínú agbo onífíìmù tí wọ́n ní wọ́n ti dá wọn lọ́wọ́ kọ́ báyìí láti máa ṣe oògùn owó àti sìgá mímu nínú eré wọn báyìí.
Ìjọba àpapọ̀ mọ ìṣòro tá a ní wọ́n sì mọ̀nà àbáyọ sí nǹkan tó ń dà wá láàmú lọ́wọ́ Nàìjíríà. Àmì ìdánimọ̀ kan ṣoṣo tí ìran Yorùbá ní ní ẹ̀sìn ìbílẹ̀ ta ló ṣe léyìí ẹlẹ́bùbọ̀n ẹgbọ̀n lórí ètò ìdíjọ ìsọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Wọ́n ní ibi tí ọ̀rọ̀ dé dúró báyìí lágbà tí iléeṣẹ́ ilé báńkì àpapọ̀ fi òfin de Opay, Palmpay, Kuda àti Money Point nígbà bá dábàá làwọn ẹ̀ máa mọ ibi tí wọ́n dó dé.
Nítorí Yàyà Bello àwọn ọmọ Kogi tó wà ní London wọ́n ṣèwọ́de o kí ni wọ́n ní ó fà á táwọn fi ṣèwọ́de ọ̀hún ẹgbọ̀n lórí ètò.
Èéfín ẹ̀rọ amúnáwá wọn ni ó pa èèyàn méje aráàlú bá gbára ta o.
Lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ 5 lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ajínigbé àwọn 11 tí wọ́n jí gbé gba òmìnira ní Kwara.
Èyí tí mo fi kó délẹ̀ wọ́n ní ẹ̀sẹ̀ àyẹ̀wò òkú Mohbad kò tẹ́ bàbá Mohbad lọ́rùn ni bàbá Mohbad bá fi gbé ta ó ní ó ti di dandan kóhun tún àyẹ̀wò òun ṣe fún ara òun.
Kàyéfì ńlá lélẹ́yìí o àwọn agbébọn jí ìyàwó kọ́sítọ́ọ̀mù àtàwọn ẹbí rẹ̀ 4 míì wọ́n gbé wọn sá lọ tẹ̀fẹ̀tẹ̀fẹ̀. Gbogbo eléyìí ní kọ̀ọ̀kan ìjèjì náà ní àwọn ọmọ wa ṣe tí ìgbọ̀nyìn lónìí ẹmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà
ojúmọ́ kan ara kan ni
oríṣiríṣi ni bílẹ̀ bá ti ń ṣú ti ń mú nǹkan tẹ́ bá bá sùn lónìí kọ́lẹ́ ìbàdí
bóríṣiríṣi ṣe wà nù mọ́lú.
Ọlọ́run ó ṣàánú fún wa sórí nù mọ́lú.
Ibẹ̀ nínú ọ̀kan àti rí ṣàkì láti rábọ́dì gbá ó mọ iye ṣàkì tó wà mẹ́.
Ọmọ yìí ń tójú bọlé ẹ wo ẹjẹ́ àkọsí wọn lẹ́ka ìpolówó ọjà wa nígbà tá a bá dé padà á mọ̀ á tẹ̀wájú ìgbé àbá ètò dé àmójú ẹ̀rọ bàbá àgbẹ̀ òkè náà ń bọ̀.
Àti dé.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Notpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Notpa. Notpa Herbal Mixture, the family's best bet.
With Notpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Notpa for management of power.
Káàbọ̀ padà láti ẹ̀ka ìpolówó ọjà wa iléeṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe Nọ̀pá àwọn náà lẹ ti rí àwọn náà ti bá wa.
Àwọn náà ń ṣe Nọ̀pá abá mẹ́sọ abá kùlù abá tọ́lẹ̀ kábà bitters abá flusher àti abá energy powder.
That's good.
Nǹkan èmi tiẹ̀ wà tó yẹ tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé wo ni mo gbádùn gbogbo ẹ̀ mo gbádùn ṣùgbọ́n mọ̀ pé wọ́n ní ìyò lè ṣe kó má di pé kò ní láàyò nínú ọmọ ó ṣáà máa níyàn kan tó ṣáà fẹ́ràn ṣá ṣòro èyí tó ń pè ní olóògbòdì bàbá egúngún níbo ní ojú ọ̀rọ̀ kàlùkàlù gbé nǹkan mi dára wúyẹ́ gbáǹkó gbì.
Ẹni tó bá ti rógì ẹ.
Owó òtẹ́rù.
Yóò ti mọ̀ pé.
Ó gbọ́ ni Yorùbá ní owó òtẹ́rù torí wọn tó fẹ́ fi fọná ló mú lọ́bí tó ti ń ṣòwò ó mọ̀ kó wù tẹ́rù.
Iṣẹ́ mọ iṣẹ́ tí eléyìí tó sọ̀rọ̀ ń ṣe iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe iṣẹ́ tó lálùbáríkà ni o iṣẹ́ tó ń tún ìdílé ṣe ni.
Dánwò
ló ti dàrú torí pé
dánwò ló bí yẹ ọ̀kẹ́rẹ́.
Bí àjẹ́ ìdìkan wọ́n ní ọ̀bù àfáàjọ kan tọ́ba bá gbé olùrà láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ ìsinmi ìgbà wo dé ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ní kí ni máa kí aleluya lábẹ́ o máa ń ká aleluya àti ẹ̀ lábẹ́ gbé tó ibi mo wà
ẹ bá mi lé
lẹ́yìn.
No lẹ́yìn tí mo fi ṣíde mi báyìí wọ́n ní nítorí àkóbá ńlá tí eré ti ká máa ṣògùn owó ká máa mu sìgá tó ń fà ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti wá fi òfin dè báyìí ìpè ẹ yé ṣe ògùn owó ẹ yé mu sìgá ẹ yé gbé oògùn olóró nínú eré àgbéléwò. Eléyìí jáde látàrí pé gbogbo àwọn òbí alágbàtọ́ àti àwọn tí ọmọ ń gbé lọ́dọ̀ wọn ti ké gbàjarè síta pé gbogbo nǹkan táwọn wò ní fíìmù àwọn ọmọ òun fẹ́ ṣe practice wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe practical nígbà bá wo ní ọkẹ́ ṣé kínní ṣé lóòótọ́ ni irọ́ ni jàre kò lè jó òótọ́ kò lè ṣe kínní làwọn ọmọ náà bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe nígbà àjọ tó wá ń gbé ìyẹn NFVCB ìyẹn National àbí Nigeria Film Censor Board àti Accountability and Public Participation Africa CAPPA àwọn náà ṣe onígbọ̀wọ́ àpérò ọ̀hún kódà gan kì í ṣàwọn nìkan náà dájókòó gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ tó ń kọ eré sinimá àwọn tó ń ṣe director gbogbo wọn pátápátá náà jọ wà ń bẹ̀tọ̀ jọ fẹ́ni kò ní lórí wọ́n ti wá fi ránṣẹ́ sí ètò ìdájọ́ wọ́n sì ní kíní ti jáde láti ayé ìgbà tí bàbá wo onífìlà Lai Muhammed àti ìgbà wọn náà ti gbé jáde pé kí wọ́n buwọ́ lu òfin ọ̀hún pé kí wọ́n má jẹ́ kí wọ́n máa ṣògbọ́n owó mọ́ ṣùgbọ́n mínísítà tó wà ní orí oyè báyìí Anatu Musawa ó ti buwọ́ lu òfin ọ̀hún kódà wọ́n ti fi ránṣẹ́ sí iléeṣẹ́ tó rí sí ètò ìdájọ́ Hussaini sọ pé ṣíṣe àfihàn àwọn ìwà aburú náà nínú àwọn fíìmù ń ṣe àkóbá fún àwọn ọmọdé tí wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń dàgbà bọ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà.
ibi tọ́lọ̀ wọn ṣàánú wa sí àwọn aláṣẹ orílẹ̀‐èdè yìí èyí ló sọ pé wọ́n gbọ́n dáadáa kódà wọ́n mọ ibi tẹ́gbà tàbí tọmọ Nàìjíríà lẹ́sẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ bá fi òfin de ti orílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà táwọn orílẹ̀‐èdè yòókù tó ń wọ Nàìjíríà nǹkan.
níjó wọ ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé gba censor board kọjá.
ti Nàìjíríà lọ.
ṣe censor board èyí tí ó fẹ́ gbọ́ láti lo ìbò náà ṣé ò ní gba censor board kọjá.
lórí ayélujára làwọn èèyàn ti ń wò kò ní kó gba abẹ kọjá.
nǹkan tó bá ti gba censor board kọjá tó wọn bá ti fọwọ́ sí kò lè gba abẹ kọjá kò lè jáde tí censor board bá ti fọwọ́ sí kò lè jáde.
sọ pé tàn.
ní kì í ṣe tàn èèyàn méjì ò lè pàdánù rọ.
bóyá ìṣòro tó ń kojú wa lọ́wọ́ Nàìjíríà ni wọ́n fi ẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ wọn mọ̀ pálapàla bóyá fi yókù.
kódà gan wọ́n sọ débi àwọn apanilẹ́yìn kẹ̀kẹ́ tó máa ń ṣe lórí ayélujára wọ́n sọ débẹ̀.
àwọn skit makers ń pẹ̀lẹ́.
sórí táwọn skit makers àwọn ló burú jù àwọn tó fẹ́ lè fẹ́ hypertension kò tóbi tó lọ.
àwọn tó wà mú sìgá ní ìgboro ńkọ́ àwọn ọmọ kéèké ń fojú rí wọn.
wọ́n máa mú wọn wọ́n máa fọwọ́ sí kó fi mọ́ mú wọn.
àwọn ọjọ́gbìn àwọn àmì ìdánimọ̀ kan ṣoṣo tí ìran Yorùbá ní ẹ̀sìn ìbílẹ̀ o ṣe ẹ ti gbọ́ ẹlẹ́bùbọn lọ́sọ léyìí Araba wo ìlú Òṣogbo olóyè Ifáyẹmí ẹlẹ́bùbọn ti ké sí ìjọba àpapọ̀ láti fi ọwọ́ tó nítumọ̀ mú ẹ̀sìn ìbílẹ̀ kí ohun kankan tó jẹ́ ní ohun nìkan ní ohun kankan tó jẹ́ àmì ìdánimọ̀ ìran Yorùbá kí wọ́n bá parun ní orílẹ̀-èdè yìí lásìkò tí wọ́n ń ṣe tí wọ́n sí tẹ́ḿpìlì ńlá oní mílíọ̀nù lọ́nà ogún náírà 20 million naira project ní Ìgbàdàn 200 million naira tó ní mọ́sáwọn kí a ogúnbò eléyìí tí àgbáríjọpọ̀ àwọn ẹlẹ́sìn ìbílẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun lábẹ́ ilé ìjúbà ìdílẹ̀kẹ̀ kọ́ sí ìlú Òṣogbo ní ẹlẹ́bùbọn ti sọ ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún Araba awo ṣàlàyé pé tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí bá lè mójútó ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn ìbílẹ̀ dáadáa ẹgbẹ̀lẹ́gbẹ̀ bílíọ̀nù náírà ni ó máa wọlé lábẹ́nú láti ẹ̀ka náà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn ìbò láìpẹ́ ní kọ́bá.
ó mọ̀ pé wọ́n ní bí onígbà bá ṣe
gbégbá àwọn òṣèbà gbé.
nání kẹrì òun anílà nání ọmọ ajẹ́gìtà nání èkó ọba pè lákìsà wọ́n bẹ̀ pè lákìsà.
bó ṣe wí ó tọ́ka sí ó ní ẹ̀sìn ìbílẹ̀ ó jẹ́ ó ń kó ipa ńlá nínú àṣà àti àwùjọ ilẹ̀ adúláwọ̀ lónìí ó ní ìbànújẹ́ ló jẹ́ pé ẹ̀sìn náà kò fi taratara jẹ́ ìtẹ́wọ́gbà látàrí pé àwọn èèyàn kò ní ẹ̀kọ́ ìjìnlẹ̀ nípa ẹ̀sìn ọ̀hún ó ní kẹsùn mọ́ wò ó ní eléyìí tó jẹ́ ilé ìjúbà eléyìí tó ń kọ́ tó jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ orú ẹ̀ nílẹ̀ adúláwọ̀
eléyìí tó ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ sí
olóhùn ló jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ orú ẹ̀ ó ní yàtọ̀ sí pé wọ́n máa ṣe ìjúbà àti àwọn nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀
ìwọ tó bá fẹ́ ní ìwọ tó bá pa ẹ̀
nípa ẹ̀sìn ìbílẹ̀ ó ní àǹfààní láti wá kọ́ ń bẹ̀.
torí àìmọ̀ iyì nǹkan tá a gbé lọ́wọ́ òun ló jẹ́ dàbẹ̀ nípa àwọn òyìnbó ti fi búrẹ́dì wọ́n ti fi kó wa lómi ọbẹ̀ jẹ àwọn ò mọ iyì ẹ̀ làwọn yóò ṣe ń wá láti òkè òkun tó máa ń fi mílíọ̀nù gba nǹkan tó yẹ káwa máa ní.
wọ́n sì mọ nǹkan tó ń fún wọn tó bá rí eégún àwọn Philippines ó fàrùn ju Nàìjíríà lọ.
nígbà tí mo wo kinní kan lórí ayélujára lẹ́nujọ́ mẹ́ta yìí tí mo róyìnbó tó ìbò yẹn ìfà òjúbà òun lẹ́nu èbó àwa tá a sì wá jẹ́ àwa tá a ní fáwọn gangan I don't do that wọ́n ti fòyìnbó wọ́n ti fi gba gbogbo àṣà àti ṣe wa lọ ojú wa bá ká nígbà tí wọ́n dá kíní èrè ìṣẹ̀ǹbáyé padà ní ìlú Benin kí lé tí ìlú ọba Benin dùn.
tí wáyé kò ní ìtumọ̀ sí odidi ọba wọn.
nígbà tí wọ́n dá ti orílẹ̀-èdè Ghana padà kí lé tí inú wọn ń dùn.
tí wọ́n ṣàjọyọ̀.
wọ́n ṣàjọyọ̀ kí wọ́n dá nǹkan ṣẹ̀ǹbáyé wọn padà ṣùgbọ́n àwọn àrè náà ní nǹkan ta ní.
tí ò bá wúlò kí làwọn yóò kọ lọ́wọ́.
kò wúlò fún àwa ni àwọn ò mọ̀ wúlò àwọn tó sì mọ̀ wúlò tí wọ́n fi kíní wọ́n fi pàǹdà wọ́n fi gba góòlù lọ. wọ́n ò ní wọ́n dá padà àwọn ètò wà nílẹ̀ ni wọ́n kọ́ ìṣẹ̀ǹbáyé fún ní ìlú Òṣogbo.
Oye wà ní ètò wọn dá padà láti.
àwọn ọdẹ ló dẹ̀kù lẹ́nu ẹ̀ bàbá ṣà ń jó ọba sì ń ju kẹrẹ. wọ́n ní bí ni ọ̀rọ̀ dé dúró lórí òfin tí CBN fi de Opay Palmpay Kuda Money Point pé kí wọ́n yé dẹ́kun àti gba oníbàárà tuntun. wọ́n ní ilé ìfowópamọ́ àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà CBN ní àwọn yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gba àwọn iléeṣẹ́ ìdókòwò orí ayélujára bíi Opay Palmpay Kuda àti Money Point láyè padà láti máa gba oníbàárà tuntun láìpẹ́ yìí. ó dàbí mo yẹn ń gbà kan pé ó dàbí ó fẹ́ ṣí wọ́n ti fún ẹ láàyè báyìí nísìn. Ọláyẹmí Kàdúsò ti ṣe gómìnà báńkì àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè wa ló sọ èyí níbi àpérò ìgbìmọ̀ Monetary Policy Committee MPC tó wáyé ní ìlú Àbújá. ní àpérò náà ni wọ́n ti mú àlékún bá àlékún ẹ̀yáwó láti 24.75% sí 26.25%. ọ̀pọ̀ èlò ló fẹ́ lọ yá báńkì.
Nàìjíríà ń dá sí náà.
Kàdúsò ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn alẹ́nulọ́rọ̀ ni àwọn ti bá ṣe ìpàdé láti bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ lórí àwọn ọ̀nà tí wọ́n máa gbà láti mú kí iṣẹ́ wọn dúró ìrẹ́jú ti àtẹ̀wá lónìgbìyànjú láti dènà ṣíṣe owó ìlú mọ̀kùmọ̀kù àti láti dènà kí àwọn kan má fi àkótó owó olówó gbé owó jáde lọ́nà àìtọ́ ni àwọn fi gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ láti fòpin ààbò gbígba àwọn èèyàn láti ṣí àwọn àkótó owó tuntun. tó bá ní kó wò dáadáa lóòótọ́ mọ̀ pé nọ́mbà ni wọ́n fi ṣí kíní àwọn kíní ìtì ẹ̀ṣọ́ jìbìtì nìkan ọba ti lọ ó lè fi fóònù onífóònù ó lè fi sáré lu jìbìtì ẹni ní ó máa rọ́ gbèsè ọ̀hún sọ.
nítorí Yàyà Bello àwọn ọmọ Kogi tó wà ní London wọn ni wọ́n ṣèwọ́de o àwọn ọmọ bíbí ìpínlẹ̀ Kogi tí wọ́n ń ṣe àtìpó ní orílẹ̀-èdè UK lábẹ́ àṣẹ ẹgbẹ́ kan tí wọ́n ń pè ní Concerned Citizen of Kogi State ti ṣèwọ́de ìfẹ̀hónúhàn eléyìí tó jẹ́ oníwọ́ọ́rọ́bọ́ ní ọjọ́ Ajé Monday ogúnjọ́ oṣù karùn-ún ọdún yìí pẹ̀lú èròǹgbà àti bẹ̀ ìjọba pé kí wọ́n fi páńpẹ́ òfin gbé gómìnà Yàyà Bello kí wọ́n sì ṣèwádìí fínífíní nípa ọkùnrin tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fi ipò sílẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ náà àti gbogbo àwọn èèyàn fún ẹ̀sùn pé ó kó owó jẹ lórí ipò ńgbà tó wà ń bẹ̀. ẹni tí ó síwájú ìwọ́de náà ọ̀gbẹ́ni Sitri Akubo àti akọ̀wé àgbà ẹgbẹ́ wọn amòfin Samuel Promise pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn afẹ̀hónúhàn yòókù ni wọ́n gbé oríṣiríṣi páálí eléyìí tí wọ́n kọ ohun tí ó ń dùn wọ́n lọ́kàn sí tí wọ́n kọ níwájú iléeṣẹ́ Nàìjíríà tó wà nílùú London ọ̀hún ìyẹn Nigeria Embassy. wọ́n ní ó dùn mọ́ àwọn pé àjọ tó ń gbógun ti ìwà jẹgújẹrá nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC ti jẹ́wọ́ pé kò sí olóṣèlú tó kọjá ìbáwí fún àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà àti orílẹ̀-èdè àgbáyé tó bá ti jí owó kó tó bá sì ṣùgbọ́n wọn.
nígbà tí mo kọ́kọ́ rí nítorí Yàyà Bello àwọn ọmọ Kogi ṣe wẹ̀ mo kọ́kọ́ bọ́ fẹ́ ní ẹ fílẹ̀ o ẹjọ́ mọ̀ ilẹ̀ o àgbà tí mo mú wọn pé ẹni eégún bá ń lé mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀jú ni o bó ṣe rárá ayé ló ṣe rárá o ìlú òyìnbó lẹ́wà o ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ẹni tó lè ṣe irú jàǹbá yìí kò yẹ kí wọ́n ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ bọ́ látijọ́ yìí ìbéèrè tó ìfẹ́ bèrè pé ṣé wọn ò mọ ibi tó wà ní.
jẹ́ nsọ kìíní kan fún ibi tó tún wá wà tó wá ń ṣe fídíò jáde tó ti ń jíìn tó ti ń jíìn bí ó ṣe máa ń na àwọn EFCC tó bá ti wà.
àìfi ní pé ní ìmọ̀ kó sábà ń tẹ́wọ́ ìlú ìjọnilójú ìjọnilójú náà ń pè rẹ̀ o ẹ lè mú mi láì jẹ́ kí ni wọ́n lè ẹni tán bá lè fọwọ́ wọ́n dọkùn mọ̀bọ̀ ẹlẹ́yìn ọrùn tó ń gbé ọ 80 billion naira sanwó skul àwọn ọmọ ẹ táwọn yìí wò bá déwó padà nísìn nǹkan.
ẹni tí ó sọ ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní ọ̀kan náà àwọn olóṣèlú tiẹ̀ ti wá sí dáadáa nǹkan máa dájọ́ kú fún olóṣèlú tó bá ti kó owó jẹ àbí tó bá kó bí
tírílíọ̀nù àwọn kò wá sọ nǹkan tó ní kan ṣe fáwọn tó bá kó bí mílíọ̀nù àbí bílíọ̀nù. a sì lè dáríjì wọn bílíọ̀nù yẹn ó mọ̀ fún 1,000 naira.
ṣé o mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń bí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọmọ Kogi wọn nínú pé iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe lókè òkun kò rọrùn wọn ò gbádùn àyè wọn ìwọ tó wá jẹ́ gómìnà.
iṣẹ́ tó ṣe lókè òkun èyí tá à ń ṣe Nàìjíríà gan rọrùn.
ìbáwọn tẹ̀ ń rówó tí wọ́n gbà.
èyí tá à ń ṣe Nàìjíríà gan tó rọrùn ṣé ti Nàìjíríà gan rọrùn ní ti Nàìjíríà gan rọrùn àbí kí là ń bá ká.
ìdánsí àfúró ẹjẹ́ àkànṣe wọn ní ẹ̀ka ìpolówó ọjà wa náà ètò ìpè a máa tẹ̀wájú iléeṣẹ́ King Victor Nigerian Enterprises ẹja àdọ́dọ̀ wọn náà ń bọ̀ àti ìdè.
In the heart of Nigeria's bustling markets, where the sights, sounds, and smells overwhelm the senses. But in the midst of chaos, there shines a beacon of hope. King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, where convenience meets tranquility and shopping becomes a pleasure. Join countless others who have discovered the joy of shopping at King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. At King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, we understand the importance of providing our customers with the highest quality products at affordable prices.
Here at King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, customer satisfaction is our top priority. We're always here to help you find exactly what you need.
Whether you're stocking up for the week ahead or grabbing a last-minute item for tonight's dinner, King Victor Nigeria Enterprises has everything you need to keep your home running smoothly.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ padà láti ẹ̀ka ìpolówó ọjà wa ọdún ayọ̀.
Wọ́n ní èéfín ẹ̀rọ amúnáwá pa èèyàn méje láràrúbá gbarata o. Dákun, ṣé kò ti máa di nǹkan mí báyìí nísìn?
Bàbá ìbànújẹ́.
Kò dín ní èèyàn méje tó pàdánù ẹ̀mí wọn bí wọ́n ṣe bá òkú wọn nínú ilé tí wọ́n ti máa ń ka orin sílẹ̀ yẹn stúdíò. Àwọn èèyàn wọn ní ìgbàgbọ́ wà pé wọ́n jẹ́ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga fásitì Niger Delta tó wà ní Yenagoa olú ìlú ìpínlẹ̀ Bayelsa. Ohun tí wọ́n fura sí pé ó ṣekú pa àwọn èèyàn náà ní èéfín ẹ̀rọ amúnáwá yẹn jẹnẹrétọ̀. Ilé-iṣẹ́ ìròyìn Punch Metro ní òpópónà Transformer Road agbègbè Amarata Yenagoa ní ilé tí wọ́n ti máa ń ka orin sílẹ̀ tí ní wọ́n bá òkú àwọn èèyàn náà ni wọ́n wà. Ọ̀kan lára àwọn òkú náà Apos Barakubo ló ní ilé orin ọ̀hún. Ìròyìn ní àwọn èèyàn náà ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní stúdíò lálẹ́ ọjọ́ Ajé tí òórùn sì gbé wọn lọ nídìí rẹ̀ tí wọn kò sì rántí pa ẹ̀rọ amúná tí wọ́n tàn láti fiṣẹ́ tó sì ṣokùnfà ìjàmbá náà. Wọ́n ní òkú àwọn 6 ni wọ́n kọ́kọ́ bá ní òwúrọ̀ ọjọ́ Ìṣẹ́gun àmọ́ tí ẹnì keje ń pọ̀ kàkà ikú tí wọ́n sáré gbèdìgbàdìgbà lọ sí ilé ìwòsàn kí òun náà tó jẹ́ Ọlọ́run nípè. Tàná fẹ́ mú báyìí?
Àwọn NEPA.
Ẹni tó ní jẹnẹrétọ̀ òun náà bá lọ.
Kì í ṣe òun náà mọ̀.
náà mò ń sọ ni òun náà bá yẹ pé ẹni ọ̀hún ò bá lọ nísìnyí àbí kò pẹ̀lú àwọn tó pọ̀ kàkà ó ṣeéṣe kán sọ pé bóyá òun ló ṣe nǹkan fún wọn tó parọ́ mi fi jẹnẹrétọ̀.
Àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè kan wà sórí àwọn jẹnẹrétọ̀ tí wọ́n rà ní 1 million 2 million bí wọ́n lè rí tàn 20,000 torí pé wọ́n ní iná èèyàn sí i.
Kí ni mo fẹ́ fi jẹnẹrétọ̀ ṣe ibi tí iná wà ṣé ibi tó yẹ pé mo mọ̀ pé tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ múná lọ nísìnyí láàrin wọ́n á ti kọ́kọ́ sẹ́ndì àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ àti ọ̀sán wípé bíi like 5 minutes o a fẹ́ paná o ẹ má bínú o ṣùgbọ́n lè jẹ́ pé mo lè máa lo náà lọ akọ̀gbọ́ pin.
Iná lọ́sẹ̀ ìlú dẹ́sìn sí wọn a tún pa gbàgbọ́.
Akọ̀gbọ́ pin wọ́n wá sọ náà di tọ́ì.
Ó lè dẹ́yìn oṣù mẹ́ta tó bá ń lọ ń gbowó ọlọ́pàá lọ́wọ́.
Mi ìrò bóyá wọ́n ra tọ́ ìfẹ́ lómi gbà tó wà kékeré.
Ìjọba Nàìjíríà yẹ kójú ó tì yín o NEPA fẹ́ lọ gbowó náà tí àwọn èèyàn wọn wá kọ́lọ́pàá dání tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́pàá ò fà ń kọ́ bùsẹ̀ àbí.
Ibi tá a bá ra wa dé nù.
Daylight robbery àbí legal robbery lágbègbè.
Legal ni.
Lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ 5 lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ajínigbé àwọn 11 tí wọ́n jí gbé gbòmìnira ní Kwara Ààrẹ Tinubu àwọn lọ síwájú ìgan.
You are working.
You are working. You see. Wọ́n ní ẹni tí yóò ròyìn ogun kò ní kú sójú ogun o. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ló ṣe mọ́ àwọn ìyálọ́jà 11 àwọn ìyálọ́jà pẹ̀lú ọmọ ọdún 2 kan táwọn agbébọn jí gbé lọ́nà Àjàṣà Èkó sí Òkè Ọdẹ níjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ìfẹ́lódùn nípínlẹ̀ Kwara ní ọjọ́ 15 oṣù karùn-ún ọdún 2024 yìí tí wọ́n sì wà lákàtà wọn fún ọjọ́ 5 ṣùgbọ́n tí wọ́n ti gba òmìnira láàárọ̀ kùtù ọjọ́ Ìṣẹ́gun Tuesday ọjọ́ 21 oṣù karùn-ún ọdún yìí. Aláròyé gbọ́ pé àwọn ìyálọ́jà ọ̀hún ni wọ́n lọ tajà lọ́nà ìlú kan tí wọ́n ń pè ní Òkè Ọdẹ níjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ìfẹ́lódùn nípínlẹ̀ Kwara ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí wọ́n ń darí padà bọ̀ ní nǹkan bí aago 6 sí 7 alẹ́ ni àwọn agbébọn náà dá wọn lọ́nà tí wọ́n sì kó gbogbo wọn wọ inú igbó lọ. Lẹ́yìn ìgbìyànjú àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò ọlọ́pàá àti fìjìláńtẹ́ ni wọ́n dóòlà wọn ní ọjọ́ Ajé Monday ogúnjọ́ oṣù yìí. Alukoro iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ní Kwara DSP Èjìrẹ́ Adétóhùn Adéyẹmí ó fìdí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà múlẹ̀ fún àwọn akọ̀ròyìn wa ní ọjọ́ Ìṣẹ́gun Tuesday ọjọ́ 21 oṣù karùn-ún yìí. Ó ní pẹ̀lú akitiyan àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò ìyẹn ọlọ́pàá àti fìjìláńtẹ́ àti àwọn ti dóòlà àwọn arìnrìn-àjò 12 kan tí wọ́n jí gbé lọ́nà Àjàṣà Èkó sí Òkè Ọdẹ níjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ìfẹ́lódùn nípínlẹ̀ Kwara. Wọ́n sì ti darapọ̀ mọ́ mọ̀lẹ́bí wọn àti pé wọ́n ti gbé àwọn tó farapa lásìkò tí wọ́n ń dòòlà wọn lọ sílé ìwòsàn general tó wà ní ìlú Ṣàárẹ̀. Kọmíṣánná ọlọ́pàá ní Kwara Victor Ọláìyá ti ní gbogbo àwọn tí ó hùwà ìbàjẹ́ náà kò ní lọ láì jẹ̀yà àṣẹmọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀. Bákan náà ló rọ gbogbo àwọn olùgbé ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún kí wọ́n máa wà ní ojú alákànfin sọ́rí o. Ó ní tí wọ́n bá ti ṣàkíyèsí ìwà àìtọ́ lágbègbè wọn kí wọ́n fi tó àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò lé.
Àṣẹmọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ wà lóòyìn àbí wọ́n ló bí sí.
Bí
òṣèlú tí mo pè ní iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ jẹ́ kíá.
Ṣàárẹ̀ ọdún iṣẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́.
Àṣùgbọ́n mo bá wọn yọ ajá tó relé ẹkùn tó bọ̀ ni ẹ̀ẹ̀kan kíkú
ìgbọ́kẹ́.
Wọ́n á máa lọ gbéyàn kú lórí ọ̀kadà tí wọ́n wà ní kíní ṣùgbọ́n kó tó di pé wọ́n á dìde kó tó di pé wọ́n sọ pé mo ń lọ́jà ilé ó ta torí ẹni tí Ṣàngó bá tojú ẹ̀jà lọ́rọ̀ wọn kò ń bá bọ́ ọba kò so láíláí.
ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan tó ń jí ọ̀nà igbó kò tí ì lo 1 hour tí wọ́n fi rí rescue tó bá rí gbogbo àtẹ́lẹsẹ̀ ó ti fàyà tí ò tí ì gbé 1 hour.
ẹsẹ̀ lásán ló bá ń bú ní gbogbo ẹ̀.
inú òògùn ló tún wá rìn kò tún sí iná kò sẹ́ni tè.
ọbẹ̀ ìdùn á máa ṣọ́ wa náà.
ọ̀gá o.
létí mo fi gáàdì ẹ̀ lẹ̀ mi ò gba èsì àyẹ̀wò tí wọ́n gbé jáde o mo fẹ́ tún àyẹ̀wò kú ọmọ òun ṣe ó fẹ́ tún àyẹ̀wò kú ọmọ ẹ̀ ṣe bàbá Mohbad òun ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n látìgbà tí èsì àyẹ̀wò láti mọ eruku tó pa gbajúgbajà lọ́yìn tàkásùfè nìyí tó kú lásìkò tí ògo rẹ̀ ń búyọ ìlérí olúwa lọ́ba tí ọ̀pọ̀ ènìyàn mọ̀ sí Mohbad oríṣiríṣi awuyewuye ló ti ń lọ káàkiri orí ìkànnì ayélujára bí àwọn kan ṣe sọ pé ejò òkú ẹ̀ ó lọ́wọ́ nínú bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn mìíràn sọ pé bóyá nítorí tí wọ́n ti tètè sin òkú náà ní èsì àyẹ̀wò kò ṣe irú òkú tó pa ìlérí olúwa tí ọ̀pọ̀ ènìyàn mọ̀ sí Mohbad oríṣiríṣi awuyewuye ló ń lọ nígboro yìí ló jẹ́ kí àwọn akọ̀ròyìn wá kàn sí bàbá pé bàbá wọ́n ti wá sílé ẹjọ́ o wọ́n ti fi èsì àyẹ̀wò tó jáde wọ́n ní bóyá tó pé òkú ẹ̀ ti jẹrà àwọn ò rí toxicology kìíní ò jáde pé nǹkan báyìí ló ṣe kọ́ bàbá ní irọ́ tó jìnnà sí òótọ́ ni èmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí èèyàn kan alára ń padà lọ ń lọ tún àyẹ̀wò òkú ọmọ òun ṣe.
torí báwọn ti jẹ́ kí bàbá ó mọ̀ pé kódà bó jẹ́ òkú ọdún 5 tí wọ́n bá ṣe wọ́n á sì tún mọ̀ nǹkan.
ṣé wá ibo ṣe wà yìí nísìn kò yàtọ̀ sí wọ́n ti fòkú ọmọ òun ráàlì.
ó ti fi ráàlì already àti fún àti gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n ti gé wọ́n tún fẹ́ lọ tún gé báyìí.
ẹ tún sin ọmọ ó ti kó ẹ sí lódìdí ká tí wàá ní ẹ tún fẹ́ sin láàbọ̀ ní ẹ tún fẹ́ gé àbọ̀ mi kò yóò kúkú gọ́tà ìdá 4.
it is well. kàyéfì agbébọn jí ìyàwó kọ́sítọ́ọ̀mù àtàwọn ẹbí rẹ̀ 4 gbé lọ èèyàn 5 tí wọ́n jẹ́ mọ̀lẹ́bí kan náà ni wọ́n ti gbé ní agboolé àjọgbé kan tí wọ́n ń pè ní Shagari quarters tó wà lágbègbè Deidei nílùú Àbújá tí í ṣe olú ìlú ilẹ̀ wa làwọn agbébọn kan wọ́n ti lọ jí gbé lọ ní ìrọ̀lẹ́ ọjọ́ àìkú Sunday ọjọ́ 19 oṣù karùn-ún ọdún yìí Aláròyé tó gbéròyìn ọ̀hún wọ́n gbọ́ pé gbàdá táwọn oníṣẹ́ ibi náà ráàyè wọnú ọgbà agboolé náà ni wọ́n lọ tààrà sínú yàrá ọ̀gá àgbà kọ́sítọ́ọ̀mù kan eléyìí tí wọ́n sì jí ìyàwó rẹ̀ ọmọ rẹ̀ 3 àti àbúrò rẹ̀ kan tí ó lọ bá wọn lálejò wọ́n jí wọn gbé papọ̀ ó lé ní wákàtí 2 dáadáa tí wọ́n lò lákàtà yìí láyìíká yìí tí kò sí ẹnikẹ́ni tó lè gbéná wojú wọn rárá nítorí ìbọn tó wà lọ́wọ́ wọn kò pọmọ ńlé lọ́pàá ìyá lóko ni o lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n tẹ́ ara wọn lọ́rùn dáadáa tán ni wọ́n bá dorí kọ agbègbè kan tí wọ́n ń pè ní Dakwa ìlú Àbújá ni ọ̀gá kọ́sítọ́ọ̀mù ọ̀hún ti wà tó ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn ọlọ́pàá ayárabíàṣá ìyẹn Rapid Response Squad ṣùgbọ́n láìpẹ́ yìí níṣẹ́ gbé lọ sílùú Èkó eléyìí ló fún àwọn oníṣẹ́ ibi ọ̀hún láàyè láti lọ wá àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí.
nígbà tí wọ́n lọ lé wọn lọ gbé bọ̀ làwọn ará rẹ̀ sí wa tí ó bá máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan báyìí kì í ṣe pé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ dùn mọ́ mi nù ṣùgbọ́n tí ó bá máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí àwọn tó wà ní gbìngbìngbì wọn ò ní mọ̀ pé nǹkan ti dé lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà
tó tọ́. wá ṣe tó ṣe ẹ̀dùn mọ́ mi díẹ̀ ni pé wọ́n yọ̀ǹda ìyàwó rẹ̀ níbi wákàtí díẹ̀.
wákàtí 2 náà fi ṣọṣẹ́
tí ò sẹ́ni tó lè sún
ọlọ́pàá ò lè sún mọ́ wọn nǹkan ti ṣẹlẹ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà
ọdún àṣìṣe wọn tán wọ́n dẹ̀ tún gẹ́ra.
nǹkan ti bà wá lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà kò fúnra ẹni jẹ́ ẹni tó bá
ẹnìkan tó ní demolish this house.
demolish this house àsìkò ń bọ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ ni makan lóye oyè tó kára wò ó ti súnmọ́ ẹni tó wà ní ẹ̀dẹ̀.
ìyàwó kọ́sọ́mù wọn tẹ̀ ló wà nínú oyún gbé àwọn agbébọn wọn tún lójú àánú gbogbo wà nínú oyún wọn ni kó máa lọ lórí tiẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn yòókù wọn kó lọ.
bàbá nìkan ló jẹ kọ́sítọ́ọ̀mù torí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ó jọ bí ẹ̀rín ni kì í ṣe ẹ̀rín ó jọ bí àwàdà kì í ṣe àwàdà àwọn yìí nígbà tó sọ ní ó ṣiṣẹ́ l'Àbújá rí ó ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn Rapid Response Squad RRS nígbà tó wá jẹ pé òǹgọ̀ngọ̀ wá wà ní ìṣòro báyìí nísìn gbogbo àwọn tó ti bá ṣiṣẹ́ níbo náà wà.
ṣé àwọn tó ń jí bí ń Kwara tó ní àwọn ọlọ́pàá láwọn làwọn lọ túlẹ̀ tó bá tún yá ó padà gbá ṣe rí i.
ó lè jẹ́ ọdẹ ìbílẹ̀ ló tú wọn lé
tàbí kí wọ́n àbí sanwó tọ̀ràn wọ́n kàn jáde sí àwọn ọlọ́pàá lọ rẹ́ẹ̀pù wọn fún tó wọn.
wo àwọn kókó tá a mẹ́nubà.
ó ṣe pàtàkì ká tó máa lọ.
wọ́n ní oògùn owó àti sìgá mímu nínú fíìmù àgbéléwò ní ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti fòfin dè báyìí.
àmì ìdánimọ̀ kan ṣoṣo tí ìran Yorùbá ní òun náà ni ẹ̀sìn ìbílẹ̀ ẹlẹ́bùbọn tó ṣe léyìí.
Báńkì àpapọ̀ ti gbé òfin kúrò lórí pé kí ó pè páńpẹ́ kúdà money point má gba àwọn oníbàárà tuntun mọ́ báyìí.
nítorí Yàyà Bello àwọn ọmọ Kogi tó wà ní London wọ́n ṣèwọ́de ìfẹ̀hónúhàn o.
èéfín ẹ̀rọ amúnáwá pa èèyàn 7 aráàlú bá fi gbé ta o.
lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ márùn-ún lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ajínigbé àwọn mọ́kànlá tí wọ́n jí gbé ní Kwara wọ́n gbòmìnira.
wọ́n ní èsì àyẹ̀wò òkú Mohbad ò tẹ́ mi lọ́rùn màá yà tún tèmi ṣe ni bàbá Mohbad òun ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
kàyééfì agbébọn jí ìyàwó kọ́sítọ́ọ̀mù àtàwọn ẹbí rẹ̀ gbé lọ nílùú Àbújá.
ọlọ́run adéòlà wọn.
àmì ibi tí àgé ìpele ti mọ̀ fún ti ọ̀rọ̀ yìí nù lórí ètò yín ètò wa
àtúwálẹ̀ àwọn ìwé ìròyìn
tó bá tún dé ní ọ̀la lágbára lọ́hùn á tún pàdé lórí àkọsùn ètò yìí lágbára Láwùrábí Ọpẹ́yẹmí Oyinwọlá náà lórúkọ tèmi àti ẹnìkejì mi tájọ mọ wá sí etí ìgbọ̀nyìn látòórọ̀.
ọdún ayọ̀ lórúkọ mi Adélérè lórúkọ bàbá tó bí mi lọ́mọ.
tó àdúgbò ẹ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run tó bá di ọ̀la náà nǹkan kó tó dìgbà náà ẹ máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o má bá yan jàhárà àjàtẹ́rùn òun ní kú wà ó dàbọ̀.